Willie D Live.
What's up, family? We got a wild story out of Towson, Maryland, where a 36-year-old Nigerian-born cardiologist held his family at gunpoint for 3 hours, then offed himself. I ain't got no problem with that, and here's why. Usually in these type of situations, they kill innocent people. Typically, cat might kill the woman, kill the children, kill the dog, parents, everybody, then kill himself. But this one, he only took himself out. And for that, I salute him. If you're gonna go out, if you're gonna do it, do yourself. Don't kill innocent people. Now, some people are saying that this guy is a victim of the system. What are we talking about? We're talking about child support. Nigerian-born Dr. Ike Nairene allegedly committed suicide on Sunday, January 26th, following a lengthy divorce battle with his estranged wife, which included a dispute over the custody of their children. Sources say Ikena shot himself after a U.S. court ruled in favor of his ex-wife, ordering him to pay a whopping $15,000 a month in child support. Can you imagine paying $15,000 a month in child support? This judgment has reignited the child support reform argument. People are saying, man, the system is designed to make a man impoverished when he's going through child support. Some people cited the fact that Ikena was already in a lot of debt because this case was prolonged. So he's been spending a lot of money on lawyer fees and other legal fees trying to deal with this situation. Now, there's a lot of misinformation regarding this particular case, so do your own research. But most people are saying that the $15,000 was for monthly payments, while a few others have said that the $15,000 was for back child support and that he was ordered to pay $1,900 a month. $1,900 sounds reasonable, right? You know, for a cardiologist, because cardiologists typically make somewhere around $250, you know, on the low end. Depending on what his hustle looked like, he could make a lot more. In any event, they're also saying that this guy offed himself because of the ex-wife having custody of the children. It's a major, really nasty custody battle going on between the two of them that had lasted for several years. But the ex-wife's father spoke on the case, and he said that the $15,000 was for monthly payments, but that's because it was so high because he has a son who has special needs. He has special needs education, but he also has to go to different medical facilities, and it's expensive. So, you know, my question is, how much is the mother paying? You know, how expensive is it? If the father's paying $15,000, is that all of the expenses, or do the mother have to carry any? Another misconception that the dad said he wanted to clear up was that people were saying his daughter was brought to the United States from Nigeria. He said that is false. My daughter was born in Long Island, New York. She is a full-blooded American citizen. She was not brought in from Nigeria and sent to school by her deceased cardiologist husband. He added that she won a full sports scholarship in athletics and almost represented the USA in the 2012 Olympics in the 100 meter and 200 meter. She is also an accomplished pianist and trumpeter. She holds a Doctor of Medical Science degree. The father, Francis Van Laer, paints an entire different picture of the estranged couple's background, underscoring his daughter's achievements are rooted in her own merit and American upbringing, not in any relationship with her ex-deceased husband. Despite the controversies and personal anguish, Francis Van Laer reiterated he wished for peace for all parties involved. He prayed, may his soul rest in peace regardless. My family will raise the children without him, regardless of what happened. Y'all trying to make it look like my daughter is a bad person. My daughter is not a bad person. She's actually a good person. And this guy is not a victim. He killed himself because he did not want to pay for his kids. He did not want to spend the money to take care of his kids, the kids that he brought into the world. So he says that Ike and I took the easy way out by offing himself, leaving his kids out here to fend for themselves. And I know this gonna rub some people the wrong way, but I agree. I wholeheartedly agree. My kids are grown, and I wouldn't off myself and leave them out here by themselves because, man, you need as much guidance and protection as you can get out here. So I'm gonna try to get every single day I can get out of this life. I'm definitely not gonna off myself. So yeah, I think it was the easy way out. I definitely would. Yeah, I know, fam. I don't know what he was going through. I don't know how long that man been dealing with this and dealing with this. But let me tell you something, fam, that I know for a fact. You make your bed, you lay in it. Yeah, sometimes people change. Sometimes you think you got this and you really got that. I get it. But if 2 lay down and 3 get up, you got to deal with it. That's just how it go, fam. There have been greater men than me who have had to deal with it. That's the game, man. You know the game is messed up before you even lay down with her or stand up with her, however y'all gonna get down or stand up. Anyway, fam, you already know the game. You know the deck is stacked. You know the system is corrupt. You know it's a money grab. You already know this before you have sex. So if you put that thing in there and something happened, you got to deal with the consequences, man. No matter how severe they are, you just got to deal with it. A lot of times dudes be laying up with chicks, they know the chick is rotten to the core. Woo, but boy, they just couldn't refuse that booty. That big booty. Couldn't refuse it. Saw them big old titties, woo, 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 woo. Gotta have it. Just got to have it. And hey, man, I'll deal with the consequences later, man. But right now, I got to get this fix in. A lot of dudes see the red flags, but they do it anyway and then you got the dudes who want to, just like you have women that be like, I want to have a baby by him. You got dudes out there. You got some dudes out there be like, I want to give her a baby. Yeah, I want to give her a baby. Well, it's a lot come with giving women babies. And that's just what it is, man. It's hard, but it's fair. It's hard, but it's fair. Nah, man, that ain't fair, Willie. Man, that ain't fair. Hey, man, that's the name of the game. The game is what it is. The only thing changed is the players. The game don't change, man. Y'all know what the game is. The game don't change. Now, it would be nice if you could find a good woman, and when if the relationship runs its course and y'all just don't work out, mom and daddy give it the best try that they can give it, and it don't work out, fine. As long as you guys can behave civilized, it's all good. But this is why you should start off with a partner that has a good heart, Start off with somebody who you know respects themselves and respects their family. You're gonna bump heads, but at least that person is dealing with you in a way that is a little bit more, I would say, protective, because you are their child's mother or you are their child's father. And they don't want to put an unnecessary burden on you, no matter how angry they are, because they really do consider their children before they make decisions. And they think about how those decisions are going to affect their child. If a man is only making, let's use his situation. They ordered him to pay $15,000 a month. As a cardiologist, let's say he makes $20,000 a month. Where you gonna live at? He gonna have to downsize. And what is he gonna be driving? He got $5,000 to work with as a cardiologist. Can't just live anywhere when you're a cardiologist. You gotta live in a secure neighborhood. Can't just live anywhere. So, and you got a whole different circle of friends, You're not just going to Jack in the Box to eat. So how do you reconcile that if a man getting $20,000 a month? Oh, and we ain't even talked about taxes. He might just be left with a couple of $1,000s while he got to get his woman $15,000 a month. The courts have to recognize these cases on an individual basis. They cannot continue to use this broad stroke and say, well, deal with it. That's not cool. That's not cool. Fellas, we know that's not cool. But in the meantime, we just have to make better choices. The onus is on us to make better choices. The onus is on us to cover up. If you're going to put it in there, cover it up. And if it go down, you just got to deal with it, man. And killing a woman ain't the way to deal with it. Killing yourself is not the way to deal with it. Remember, you got to keep your word that you made to yourself, how important your children are to you. I'm sure most of us have had that conversation. How important, anybody mess with my kids? Man. Well, what about when you mess with your kids? You got to keep that same energy. Offering yourself and leaving your children out here in this world to deal with all of this stuff alone is not cool. And taking them out, denying them a right to live their life out, it's not cool either. Killing her ain't cool, because you do something to her, you're doing something to these kids that you claim to love. What kid is going to be like, Dad, I'm glad you killed Mama. I really loved her, but whoo-wee, I'm glad you got rid of her. That ain't going to work, man. It's not going to fly. So you got to deal with it. You just got to deal with it, man. But start off with making better choices. But if you're already there, man, you just got to ride it out. Hope and pray along the way that things get better. Hope that somehow, some way, that this woman gets right with God or somebody, the devil, whoever she worship, that she get right and, ease up on you. But in the meantime, in the between time, at the very least, try to be civil towards one another, because behaving uncivilized only exacerbates the situation. It's not going to make it better. But what say you, fam? Drop a comment. I love to hear your thoughts. No more talk.